All right, check it out. I've got this guy hooked up to this guy, this lerobot teleop leader arm. And I can do all kinds of stuff now. Let me see if I can accelerate safely. And then I just raise his stuff. Looking good. So basically, I have Wirepod hooked up to this Raspberry Pi 4. And then obviously, let me just stop this guy from going around in circles. Hello. So Wirepod hooked up to this guy. And then I've got it hooked up with the Ethernet through to the Jetson Nano here. And I'm forwarding everything to this guy. And then literally I can quite literally access all of Wirepod services through the Nano's address. And it's also all the certification for the SDK and everything is also at the Nano too. So what it means is we can just, instead of going through the routing, going through Wi-Fi, we're directly communicating now through to this guy, which I'm going to whack on the back of Mr. B once I finally transplanted him from this to this. And he'll essentially power and host the Wirepod. And the best part of this is if I can do this level of control with this lerobot arm is actually being routed through Mr. B right here. So what that essentially means is I can record his animations, which I've been doing lately with this animation suite. So I've got Vector active right now, which is why he's slowly turning in circles like a little nutter. But when I record these, or just give Mr. B access to the Python SDK in general for Vector, he'll essentially be able to trigger this guy and essentially use him as a little scout. So he can trigger animations for this guy, or if he needs to send him forward and grab his camera feed, he can do exactly the same thing he would do usually with his stereo camera, but with this guy sent forward. So we can do all kinds of crazy stuff now. So we essentially have a little scout. These guys are basically in symbiosis in the same robot now. So I'm really excited about this. Never be idle, right? While I'm waiting for these parts to get this on, I figured I'd figure this thing out. The next step then is to also have this guy trigger with function calling through his large language model. And then we can have this big sort of crazy hive mind that kind of is centralized through this system on chip. So yeah, we're getting somewhere here. So let's get Vector on the go again. Woohoo!